Getting started with Snappet. In this video, the following content will be discussed. This video, the Snappet user guide, and video training job aid are available to support you during your journey with Snappet. Snappet is a K-5 digital core math program that embeds formative assessment, differentiated instruction, and adaptive learning all in one place. As a teacher, you will be able to see how your students interact with your lesson as it's being taught, all previous learning, and their adaptive practice. This allows for immediate, data-driven, and responsive teaching to support student understanding. This feature of Snappet allows teachers to gain a full understanding of what students know, how they learn, and how to best support them. Not only are teachers able to immediately support student learning with feedback, Snappet also adapts practice exercises to ensure standards are mastered and learning is progressing. Snappet supports in-person learning, virtual learning, and hybrid learning. With our unpredictable world, students and teachers cannot afford time away or missed instruction. With Snappet, data-driven learning does not stop when the way instruction is delivered needs to change, and student learning is not compromised by the change. Logging in as a student or teacher is simple. Use the link on the screen and enter your username and password that was provided by your administration. Don't forget to bookmark this site for easy access in the future. Before you can start teaching, you need to activate the subject that you will be using. Once you get started, the steps are very intuitive and easy to follow. Step 1, click the Add button. It's at the top left corner of your screen. Step 2, select the subject. Step 3, select the grade level. For the purpose of this video, we'll be using 3rd grade. Step 4, pick your course. Step 5, name your course, select the students, and activate the subject. Step 6, click on your course name and you are ready to go. The student dashboard has 3 sections: My Lessons, My Assignments, and My Progress. Within the My Lessons section, students can access the lessons that the teacher sends them for instruction. Students are able to follow along with what the teacher is displaying and interact with the content they are learning. Teachers are able to see the responses as they are interacting with Snappet to gauge understanding immediately. In the My Assignment section, students can work on exercises that are adapted to their unique level of learning within any objective that has been taught throughout the year. A feature that's really exciting is the Shuffle button. When students select this button, they are given 10 exercises from the learning objectives that they have been working on throughout the year. This spiral review is at their adaptive learning level. In the My Progress section, students are able to see their progress on each objective, the goal for mastery, and where they are. Students are able to track their own progress, see their strengths, and where they need more support. When you open your course, you will see an overview with all of the units within the course. Click the unit you would like to work in to see the unit overview. From there, you can see all of the lessons, assessments, and projects. There is also printable learning objective cards. This is a PDF file that includes vocabulary for the unit and includes a visual representation of that vocabulary. You can also access the lesson guides as a printable PDF. In the lesson, select the lesson you'll be working with. For this video, I selected 3.3 within Unit 3. The foundation of each lesson supports a conceptual understanding of the objective. Here, in this section, you will find everything for the lesson selected. Let's look at the 4 tabs across the top of the screen. The Lesson Overview section includes everything you may need in order to prepare. In the Instruction and Guided Practice section, you will find the detailed lesson, student edition, and teacher tips. From the Independent Practice section, you will see the grade level practice exercises and the adaptive exercises. Once students have completed 25 to 30 different assessment problems, Snappet is able to determine their level of understanding and assigns a level of difficulty. There are 5 levels of difficulty. Students continue working within this level but are moved to more difficult or less difficult problems as they are ready or as their performance shows. The small group instruction section is additional learning opportunities that qualifies as Tier 2 or Tier 3 intervention. These lessons are approximately 20 minutes. The small group instruction section is additional learning opportunities that qualifies as Tier 2 or Tier 3 intervention. These lessons are approximately 20 minutes and collect scaffolded data for progress monitoring in addition to the data collected from their Tier 1 instruction. To start your lesson, select the Start Instruction and Send button. This automatically takes you to the Instruct page for your lesson to begin. Let's look at some of the helpful features of the Instruct page. There are markup tools to support notating, thinking, and problem solving. In addition to a marker and eraser, there is also an option for an empty screen or grid to work on. By selecting the light bulb, you can open teacher tips. This includes questions for English language learners, questions that support social and emotional development, and common errors that may appear. These arrows are for navigating to the different slides of the lesson. Throughout their lesson, students will interact from their device. Their responses will show up as the dots you see on the teacher screen. Also, notice the pink shading. Snappet groups students according to like answers to provide additional support by misconception without taking the teacher's time to analyze students' responses. To dig into student data and progress monitoring, select the Monitor tab at the top of your screen. At the top of this page, Snappet calculates the 3 most correct and incorrect answered exercises for the lesson. You are also able to sort these responses by using these arrows. In this section, we will discuss the different reports you are able to access from Snappet. We will discuss the Learning Objective Report, Class Report, Student Report, Standards Report, and Subdomain Report, and Summative Assessment Report. Let's start with the Learning Objective Report. This can be found on the lesson page. The Learning Objective Report provides so much information about the learning that happened after you teach your lesson. It sorts students into groups classified as stuck or not started, growing towards target, and who met their target. Within the stuck and not started section, you can see you can click to find a small group instruction. For a lesson, the Learning Objective Report provides so much information about the learning that happened after you teach your lesson. It sorts students into groups classified as stuck or not started, growing towards target, and who met their target. Within the stuck and not started section, you can find small group instruction for a lesson to teach and support an intervention. For students in the growing towards the target, the teacher can assign additional adaptive practice by toggling over this button. You can also see every response within the lesson by using this feature. The class report can be helpful to see your students in a big picture kind of way and can be accessed from the Review tab at the top of your page. If you want to see more about an individual student, you can simply click their name for their student report. But within the class report, you can see student growth measures, percentile levels attained, student progress, and total number of lessons completed. Wherever the student's name is hyperlinked, you are able to access their individual student report. This can also be accessed from the class report. The student report analyzes each student on individual objectives and can show historical growth data. This data follows the students through all of their years using Snappet. The standards report shows each student's progress towards mastering each standard and learning objective associated with each standard. Within the standard and subdomain report, the teacher is able to see the percentile levels attained for each learning objective, the status of the objective, assign adaptive practice, and see the total number of exercises completed, and access all the exercises and responses for that objective. The summative assessments can be accessed within each unit. To assign these, select Start Instruction and Send button. To access the results of the assessment, select the Results tab. It is also important to unlock the assessment. When the assessment is unlocked, students will not receive feedback as they are working and are able to change their answers prior to them being submitted. Once the assessment is completed, the teacher can lock the assessment, and then students can see their results and correct any errors. You have options if you are looking for additional support in your journey using Snappet. This training video is always available. You also have access to an interactive job aid, user guide, or your Snappet representative to support you. Thank you for watching this training video. We hope it was helpful as you're getting started. We look forward to supporting you while you support your students and their learning with Snappet.